In March 1966, a powerful wave of change swept through the streets of Memphis, Tennessee. The city was alive with the voices of those demanding equality and justice. This march was not just an event, it was a momentous occasion in the civil rights movement. People from all walks of life came together, united by a common dream, a world where everyone would be treated fairly, no matter the color of their skin. On that day, thousands of marchers filled the streets with passion and determination. They carried banners and signs that proclaimed their hopes and dreams, each one a voice in the chorus for change. Among them was an extraordinary young girl named Ruby Carter. At only 11 years old, Ruby understood the importance of standing up for what was right. Inspired by the courage of leaders like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., she joined her friends and family in the march, eager to make her voice heard. The atmosphere was electric, buzzing with energy and purpose as marchers chanted for justice. Every step taken was filled with hope, but it also came with challenges. The heavy signs displayed by many, including Ruby's, weighed not only on their arms but also on their spirits. Each person knew that they were marching for something greater than themselves, a future where equality reigned. As Ruby bravely held her sign aloft, she felt the weight of her commitment to the cause. Little did she know that her strength would soon be tested in a way that would touch the hearts of all those around her. Ruby Carter stood among the throng of marchers, her small frame filled with an enormous sense of purpose. At just 11 years old, she was a beacon of hope, her eyes sparkling with determination as she held her heavy protest sign high above her head. The sign read, "Equal rights for all," a simple yet powerful message that mirrored the dreams of countless others around her. Despite her young age, Ruby understood the importance of this moment. She had listened to stories from her family about the struggles they faced and the battles fought for equality. Inspired by leaders like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., she felt compelled to join the march, believing that every step taken was a step closer to change. The energy surrounding her was contagious. She could feel it buzzing in the air. As Ruby marched alongside her friends and family, each chant for justice fueled her spirit. She was surrounded by people who felt just as passionate as she did, all shouting for a better future. Yet, even as excitement surged through the crowd, Ruby began to tire. The weight of the sign seemed heavier with every passing moment, but she pushed on, determined to make her voice heard. Her heart swelled with pride as she looked around at the diverse faces marching together, people of different ages and backgrounds united for a common cause. Ruby believed that their collective strength could spark real change in society. Little did she know that soon this unwavering spirit would be tested in a way that would leave a lasting impact on everyone present that day. As Ruby Carter marched alongside the others, she felt every ounce of her determination reflected in the weight of the heavy protest sign she held tightly. The sign, adorned with the bold words, "Equal rights for all," was not just a piece of cardboard. It stood as a powerful symbol of her dreams and hopes for a brighter future. In that moment, it represented all the struggles endured by those who came before her and the promise of justice that she fought to uphold. With each stride she took, Ruby could feel the sign pulling her down, yet she refused to let go. The heaviness seemed to mirror her heart's burden, the weight of injustice that still loomed over many lives. She thought of her family, friends, and people in her community who longed for equality and acceptance. Each letter on the sign reminded her why she was there, pushing through the fatigue that threatened to overwhelm her tiny frame. Around her, voices rose in unison as marchers chanted for change, their hopeful cries filling the air. Ruby drew strength from their collective energy, envisioning a world where everyone would be treated fairly and equally. However, as time passed, the strain began to take its toll. Her arms ached, and her legs felt heavy as if they were stuck in place. But Ruby held on tighter, refusing to back down. In that moment, the sign transformed into more than just physical weight. It became a testament to her unwavering spirit and deep commitment to justice. Every heartbeat echoed with the dream of making a difference. Little did she know how this moment would not only test her resolve but also inspire those around her to keep marching forward together. As Ruby pressed on through the sea of marchers, her heart swelled with determination, but the fatigue in her tiny body grew heavier. She felt a wave of dizziness wash over her, and despite her fierce resolve to fight for equality, her legs began to tremble under the strain. It was as if the weight of the world rested not only on her shoulders but also on her spirit. The cheers of encouragement from those around her slowly faded as Ruby focused on keeping her feet moving. Suddenly, her knees buckled, and she collapsed onto the pavement, overwhelmed by exhaustion. The protest sign slipped from her grasp and fell beside her, a sudden stark reminder of how heavy the fight for justice could feel. Gasps erupted from nearby marchers who swiftly rushed to help her. Panic filled their voices as they shouted for volunteers to come forward. Though it was a frightening moment for Ruby, it highlighted the challenges young activists often faced when standing up against injustice. They carried immense passion yet lacked the physical strength that comes with age. As she lay there, tired and vulnerable, she noticed familiar faces filled with concern and empathy surrounding her. Ruby's struggle resonated deeply with their shared fight, a reminder that everyone in pursuit of change faced hurdles. Just then, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. appeared beside her, his presence calming the panic in the crowd. With gentle arms, he lifted both Ruby and her sign, embodying hope and leadership, while showing that even strong leaders understood the weight borne by young dreamers like herself. As he walked alongside her, a chorus of applause burst forth. Tears shone in many eyes as they witnessed an unforgettable moment of compassion and solidarity on that historic day. As Ruby lay on the pavement, the atmosphere shifted from one of panic to a surge of community spirit. Marchers nearby quickly rushed to her side, forming a protective circle around the young activist. Their faces reflected concern, determination, and a sense of shared purpose. Volunteers emerged from the crowd like a wave, eager to help in any way they could. Some offered water, while others gently fanned her face, trying to revive her spirit. The unity among the marchers was palpable. This was not just the gathering of individuals but a close-knit community dedicated to a common cause. Each person understood that they were all fighting for justice together, and Ruby's moment of distress deepened their bond. The collective energy surged as they called out her name, encouraging her to stay strong. Dr. King's presence brought an additional calm to the scene. As he cradled both Ruby and her sign, he embodied the compassion that was integral to the movement. His gentle demeanor reminded everyone present that even in times of hardship, love and support could prevail. The crowd began to clap, a rhythm of encouragement that echoed down the streets of Memphis, lifting their spirits higher. Tears glistened in many eyes as they witnessed this beautiful display of solidarity. It was a moment that underscored the importance of community support during difficult times. The marchers realized that every individual struggle contributed to the greater fight for equality, reinforcing their commitment to continue marching forward together. With newfound strength and hope, they rallied around Ruby, ready to stand united against injustice and inspire change for all. As the scene unfolded around Ruby, the atmosphere shifted once more when Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. stepped forward. His calm presence was like a gentle breeze, soothing not only Ruby but also the anxious marchers surrounding her. Known for his unwavering commitment to nonviolence and justice, Dr. King was a pivotal figure in the civil rights movement, a man whose words inspired hope and action in countless individuals. With a warm smile and eyes that radiated kindness, Dr. King bent down to Ruby's level. He spoke softly, his voice filled with reassurance, reminding her that she was not alone in her struggle. "You are so brave, Ruby," he said, acknowledging her strength and the importance of her efforts. His gentle demeanor instantly put the crowd at ease, transforming their worry into admiration and respect. As he carefully lifted both Ruby and her heavy sign, Dr. King exemplified the very essence of leadership, compassion paired with strength. The sight of him cradling the young activist in one arm while holding her sign high in the other sent ripples of encouragement through the crowd. It was a powerful image that encapsulated their shared mission, to stand together for justice and equality. The marchers began to clap in unison, their hearts swelling with pride and emotion as they witnessed this beautiful moment of tenderness and support. Tears glistened in many eyes, reflecting the deep connection they all felt to Ruby's journey and the larger cause at hand. Dr. King's presence reminded them that every individual mattered in the fight for change, and together they could overcome any obstacle that lay ahead. As Dr. King knelt beside Ruby, the atmosphere around them became electric with emotion. The marchers held their breath, witnessing a moment that would be etched in their memories forever. His compassionate act of picking up both Ruby and her heavy sign was more than a gesture. It was a powerful statement of solidarity and support for a young girl who embodied the spirit of their fight for equality. With Ruby safely cradled in one arm, Dr. King grasped her sign firmly in the other hand, raising it high above him. This symbolic act ignited a wave of encouragement throughout the crowd. It was as if he was saying that their cause was worth carrying, even when it felt heavy and burdensome. His presence not only rallied Ruby's strength but also inspired everyone watching to embrace their own commitment to justice. As he resumed walking with her by his side, the crowd erupted into applause, each clap resonating with pride and admiration. Tears filled the eyes of many marchers, overwhelmed by the sight of such kindness from a leader they revered. In that moment, Dr. King demonstrated that true leadership involves lifting others up, especially those who may feel small or weary in the fight for change. The collective energy surged as people joined in the chant once more, their voices rising higher than before. They understood that each of them had a role to play, no matter how big or small. Dr. King's actions highlighted the interconnectedness of their journeys, showing that together they could bear the weight of their shared dreams for a better future. In Ruby's moment of vulnerability, his gentle support reminded them all that love and compassion were just as powerful as any protest sign they could hold. As Dr. King walked alongside Ruby, a hush fell over the crowd, and then an emotional wave surged through the marchers. The sight of their beloved leader supporting a young girl who had dedicated herself to the cause deeply touched everyone present. Many felt tears welling up in their eyes, moved by the poignant connection between youth and leadership, struggle and hope. The marchers responded to this heartfelt moment with applause that echoed through the streets of Memphis like a heartbeat. Each clap resonated with appreciation for Ruby's courage and commitment, as well as admiration for Dr. King's kindness. Faces once filled with worry transformed into expressions of determination and conviction. They understood that if a child like Ruby could bravely stand for justice, then they too could press on against hardships. The emotional grip of the moment strengthened their resolve. Each person present felt a renewed sense of purpose, realizing that their fight for equality was collective and shared. Some held hands, while others exchanged knowing glances, acknowledging that they were part of something far greater than themselves. The bonds formed in that brief instance fortified their spirits, injecting fresh energy into the march. As the crowd resumed chanting together, spirited voices rang out louder than before, creating a powerful melody of unity and resilience. They stood shoulder to shoulder, collectively vowing to continue pursuing their dreams of justice for all people. In Ruby's moment of vulnerability, they found not just inspiration but also a reminder that their collective strength lay in supporting one another, each struggle intertwined with hope, compassion, and the unwavering fight for equality. The moment when Dr. King lifted Ruby and her sign transformed into a powerful symbol of unity, compassion, and perseverance within the civil rights movement. It showcased how individuals from all backgrounds could come together in support of one another during times of struggle. This scene demonstrated that even when faced with exhaustion and overwhelming challenges, the spirit of the marchers remained unbroken. As Ruby was carried beside Dr. King, it illustrated the essential role of mentorship and support in nurturing young activists. The vulnerability displayed by Ruby reminded everyone that no one stood alone on this journey. They were all interconnected in their fight for justice, uplifted by shared hopes and dreams. Each applauding marcher's reaction was a testament to their collective strength, a reminder that every contribution mattered. This moment served as an emotional anchor for many present, an inspiring recollection that would fuel their commitment long after the march ended. The cries for equality resonated deeper than just slogans. They were personal battles shared among friends, families, and even strangers who had linked arms in solidarity for a common cause. Moreover, this display of compassion emphasized that leadership is not solely about guiding others but also about nurturing the next generation. Dr. King's act fostered an environment where those like Ruby felt empowered to take risks in pursuit of change. The emotional bonds formed during this pivotal moment strengthened their resolve to continue fighting against injustice, ensuring that their voices would echo through history. Ultimately, the significance of this encounter painted a vivid picture of what the civil rights movement truly represented: unity in diversity, kindness amid struggle, and a relentless pursuit of hope that would light the way forward for countless others striving for equality. The incident at the march in Memphis became a pivotal moment that inspired countless others to continue fighting for justice and equality. Ruby's collapse was not just a display of exhaustion. It represented the struggles faced by many young activists who dared to speak out against injustice. Dr. King's compassionate response served as a powerful reminder that leadership encompasses empathy and support, motivating others to embrace their roles in the movement. As the crowd watched Dr. King carry Ruby and her sign, they felt a surge of hope and determination. This powerful image became part of a larger narrative, illustrating that every individual, whether young or old, could contribute to the collective fight for civil rights. The marchers were reminded that their efforts were interconnected, each act of courage building on those that came before. In the days and weeks following the march, stories of Ruby's experience and Dr. King's kindness spread throughout communities, igniting passion in others who had not yet joined the movement. Schools, churches, and community centers buzzed with conversations about the importance of standing up for what is right. Ruby became a symbol for young activists everywhere, proving that even the smallest voices could have a profound impact. Moreover, this moment highlighted the need for compassion within activism. It encouraged individuals to reach out, support one another, and share their experiences, fostering a network of solidarity. The narrative surrounding Ruby and Dr. King inspired people to take action in their own lives, reminding them that they could make a difference. Ultimately, this touching episode became part of the enduring legacy of the civil rights movement, emphasizing unity, compassion, and perseverance as vital elements in the ongoing struggle for equality and justice. As we reflect on the remarkable events of that day in March 1966, the bravery of 11-year-old Ruby Carter stands out as a shining example of youthful courage in the fight for justice. Her determination to hold the sign reading, "Equal Rights for All," amidst exhaustion symbolizes not only her personal commitment, but also the collective dream shared by countless individuals striving for equality. Ruby's moment of vulnerability, met with Dr. King's compassion and support, encapsulated the spirit of the civil rights movement, where love and solidarity were paramount. This incident became a defining moment that inspired others to continue their journey toward justice. It illustrated how even the smallest voices can resonate powerfully when supported by community and leadership. The emotional response from the marchers highlighted a profound truth. They were not just fighting for their own rights but also for future generations, who would look to them as examples of resilience and hope. Moreover, Ruby's experience serves as a reminder of the importance of nurturing young activists. The encouragement she received from Dr. King and those around her reinforced the notion that mentorship is crucial in empowering the next generation to carry on the struggle for equality. This legacy of love and support continues to inspire new activists today as they navigate their own paths in advocating for justice. Ultimately, Ruby Carter's story exemplifies the enduring spirit of the civil rights movement, a testament to bravery, unity, and unwavering hope. As we honor her courage, we also recognize that our fight for justice is ongoing, fueled by compassion and a shared commitment to creating a better world for all.